Welcome to another season of Muhlenberg Baseball on the Mule Sports Network. Brought to you by the New Birdies Inn at 5 Points in Exeter, where you can catch every Philadelphia Phillies game on the breezy, comfortable deck while enjoying your favorite food. And Mortgage America, big enough to provide the best rates, small enough to provide personal service. The mortgage company of record in Berks County. Now to the Mule Sports Network broadcast booth. Here's your announcer, Darren Ziner.
Good evening. Welcome to coverage of Muhlenberg Mules Varsity Baseball on the Mule Sports Network, brought to you by Jerry Gelliff Media. Today, Laureldale, Pennsylvania, the campus of Muhlenberg High School for today's Berks 1 matchup between your Muhlenberg Mules and the Governor Mifflin Mustangs. Welcome into the Mule Sports Network booth. Joined by my producer, Chris Ziner. You might hear him from time to time. I'm Darren Ziner. Friends, a cold day in Muhlenberg today, 49 degrees currently, a real feel 43. We're under a wind advisory, 15 to 30 miles an hour, gusts potentially of 50. And when you take a look at the flag here from home plate, it is a sturdy left to right wind. It is a constant. And we'll see how teams adjust to the conditions here today. Let's talk Muhlenberg very quickly. They come into today's game 2-5 in Berks 1 League play, 6-5 overall. They had an impressive 1-0 win over Wilson, 12 innings last Thursday, pitching the name of the game. Ryan Rosenberry, Ethan Weiler, Rylan Kemp throw 12 innings of shutout ball. Kemp ultimately getting the win. Gavin Moody scoring on an Eli Keller sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 12th. For that walk-off win. Muhlenberg came back strong on Saturday, a 12-3 win over J.P. McCaskey. Cole Moody pacing the Mules on that day, going 2 for 3, 3 runs scored. They hit a roadblock against Berks' 2-leader Twin Valley Monday, coming up on the short end of a 3-2 loss. Twin Valley making the most of 4 hits and 7 walks to come away with that victory. Muhlenberg tying the game in the 5th at 2. Ultimately, the game went into extras with the Raiders scoring in the bottom of the 9th for the 3-2 win. Lincoln High led the Mules going 2 for 4 with a run scored. The teams going onto the field now for the playing of our national anthem, and we will go silent. Gave you the information on Muhlenberg. Let's talk about the Mustangs very quickly. Head coach Chris Holey's in his 14th year leading the Mustangs. Governor Mifflin currently leading Berks 1 at 6-0 in league play, 12-0 overall. They're a dominant team thus far, outscoring their opposition. A score of 91-30. The Mustangs are loaded. They're led by reigning Berks 1 Player of the Year, senior third baseman Bryce Detweiler, and returning all-county players, senior catcher Travis Jenkins and senior pitcher who will actually be the first baseman today, Ethan Grimm. They come into today's game on the heels of a 10-0 win over Conrad Weiser on Monday. Evan Glucksness pitching a one-hitter with 8 Ks over 5 innings for the win. Travis Jenkins led the Mustangs, going 2 for 2, 4 RBI. Bryce Detweiler, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. The Mustangs have 6 starters that returned from a season ago, and add in their talented younger players. And the Mustangs currently throwing a shutout on their opponents thus far in 2025. And of course, the Mules, with Cole Moody on the mound today, we'll look to see if they can crack that shutout this evening. So Cole Moody will give you some stats on him momentarily.
We'd like to remind everybody that the Muhlenberg boosters are operating the concession stand.
So in 3 appearances, the junior with a 2-1 record, a .52 ERA over 13 1/3 innings. He's given up 11 hits, 7 runs, only 1 of those earned. 7 walks and impressively 21 Ks. For Governor Mifflin, leading it off will be Bryce Detweiler. A year ago, he hit .458, leading the Mustangs to the state championship. First pitch to him in there for a called strike. 1 year ago, 8 home runs, 3 triples, 24 doubles, 34 RBIs. Moody's pitch. This one inside. It'll even the count at 1. Detweiler will also be on the mound for the Mustangs today. This one high and inside, ball 2. The defense for the Mules going around the outfield. In left, it'll be the sophomore Marvin Frias. In center, the junior Gavin Moody. In right, senior Aiden Lopez. Here's Moody's windup. This inside, take the count 3-1 to the senior Detweiler. The infield for the Mules at third is Lincoln High, short Eli Keller. Second, Caleb Mendoza. First, Ethan Weiler. And Detweiler will draw the leadoff walk.
Right fielder number 24, Branson Adams.
So the senior right fielder, Branson Adams, will step in. The umpire heading over to the Mustangs bench to have a quick discussion. The lefty hitting Adams will step in, with Detweiler a leadoff base runner. Moody takes a glance over there. Here's the pitch. This one up high, it's ball 1. Throw over to 1, Detweiler's back. You'll see that center field shot from time to time will bounce around. That's indicative of the wind that we have here. The pitch a ball, it's 2-0 to Adams. A glance at 1. He toes the rubber in the pitch. Curveball outside, 3-0. Cooper Burr behind the plate, the junior for the Mules this evening. And the pitch. In there for a called strike. 3-1 your count to the right fielder, Adams. Here's the pitch. Detweiler's off. It's a strike. The throw down to 2. It'll bounce in there. Detweiler thinks about going. Here's going to be the throw to 3, but Detweiler will get in there. So he'll get the stolen base, take third on the throw. And he's 90 feet away from giving Governor Mifflin the lead in this one. The pitch was a strike, so the count is full. Moody's got the sign, the pitch. Here's a shot back up the middle. It'll stay up there, though. Catch made by Gavin Moody. Detweiler will tag and come home. So give Adams the sacrifice fly for the RBI. 1-0 Governor Mifflin here in the top of the first.
The catcher, number 27, Travis Jenkins.
So the senior Travis Jenkins will step in. 1 year ago, he hit .373, led the team with 38 hits, had 8 doubles, 2 triples, 3 homers. Here's the pitch. This one down low, it's ball 1. Moody has the sign from Burr. Here's the pitch. Here's a foul straight back. It'll even the count at 1. Moody's pitch. Curveball off the outside corner. Ball 2. And the windup. This one fouled off. It'll even the count at 2. And they're going to call catcher interference, which will give Jenkins first base.
Second baseman, number 10, Ethan Grimm.
So Travis Jenkins is a 1-out base runner. The second baseman, senior Ethan Grimm, will step in. Moody takes a look at one, and he decides to throw over there. Jenkins is back. 1-0. We're in the top of the first at Laureldale. 1 out. And another throw over to 1. The righty Grimm will step in, and here's the first pitch. It's a shot through the hole on the left side. It'll go into left field. Frias will get it in. And Governor Mifflin will have runners at first and second with 1 out.
Third baseman, number 11, Matt Kohler.
It'll be the 5th batter of the inning for Governor Mifflin. It'll be the third baseman, senior Matt Kohler. Moody looks in for the sign. He's got it. Glances back at 2. Here's the pitch. It's a curveball well inside. Ball 1. He'll glance back at 2. An off-speed pitch on the outside corner. It's a strike. It'll even the count at 1. Give credit to the fans here this evening. It's a bit chilly out there. Here's a throw back to 2. Jenkins will get back. Eli Keller sliding in behind, taking the throw. Moody has the sign from Burr, and the pitch. This one popped up straight over our heads behind home plate. 1-2 your count. To the second baseman, Grimm. 1 out here in the top of the first. Runners at first and second for the Mustangs with 1 across. Moody's pitch. Here's a drive into left center. Going back on it is Gavin Moody. It's over his head. It'll go all the way to the fence. 1 run will come in. That's Jenkins. Here comes the second. And Matt Kohler will be in with a 2 RBI double. Just like that, 3-0 Mustangs. And only 1 out here in the top of the first. Stepping in will be the left fielder, senior Dylan Barrett. Here's the pitch. Here's a grounder to short. Eli Keller has it, scoops it up nicely, gets it over to 1. Ethan Weiler with the put out there. For the second out of the inning. If you're scoring at home, 6-3 on the put out. The designated hitter, Cam Zarowski, will step in. First pitch to him. It's a ground ball to the right side, just inside the bag. 1 run will score. Zarowski on his way to second. He's still on his horse. He'll get into 3 with a stand-up triple, and I think the ball actually went through the fence. So they're going to give him a ground rule double. He'll get the RBI as Kohler comes in to score, and it's 4-0. The 8 batter in the inning, first baseman Nate Radwanski will step in. Cole Moody has the sign. Here's the pitch. First pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1. The Mustangs jumping on Cole Moody for 4 runs here in the top of the first, looking for more. He's got the sign. He'll glance back at 2. And the pitch. This one is going to hit him, and Radwanski will get first. So 2 on for the Mustangs. It'll bring up the 9-hitter, the shortstop Aiden Ryder. The pitch. This one sliced into right field. It'll fall in front of Aiden Lopez. Coming in to potentially score is Zarowski, but he is thrown out by Ethan Weiler. Aiden Lopez with a nice throw to Weiler. Weiler to Cooper Burr for the tag. And the 3rd out. So 9-3-2 on the putout. For the final out of the inning, but not before the Mustangs put up 4. We'll go to the bottom of the first. We'll be right back. It's the Mule Sports Network.
The new Birdie's Inn is Exeter's family spot with great food and beverages and activities for all ages. There's a full selection of beverages to go with your meal or while you watch a game on one of the 35 TVs. For the kids, there's a family game area, as well as darts and a pool table. You can eat in the indoor dining room or out on the spacious heated deck. The new Birdie's Inn at 160 Old Friedensburg Road at 5 Points in Exeter. proud sponsors of Berks County High School athletics.
At Birdie's Inn we meet again.
Bryce Detweiler will be on the mound this evening for Governor Mifflin. 1 year ago, he recorded 10 wins so far this season in 4 appearances, as the Mustangs are undefeated. Of course, so is he. He's 4-0. He's pitched 2 complete games thus far. So the Mules will have their work cut out for them this evening. So for the Mules, the first 3 batters, it'll be the left fielder, sophomore Marvin Frias, the shortstop, senior Eli Keller, the right fielder, senior Aiden Lopez. Frias comes into today's game with a triple 2 RBIs, looking to improve on a 152 batting average. Here's Detweiler's first pitch. Outside, it's ball 1. And the pitch. This will catch the outside corner, even the count at 1. We'll give you the defense behind Detweiler in a moment. Here's a swing and a miss by Frias, and it's 1-2 into the outfield. Dylan Barrett in left, Reese Hole in center, Branson Adams in right. Here's a pop fly to left field. Coming in on it is Barrett. He'll play the wind and make the grab. So a fly out to left field for out number 1. Eli Keller, the shortstop. Righty hitting, will step in. The infield for the Mustangs at third, Matt Kohler. The only non-senior playing short, it's Aiden Ryder. He makes the play here. .63 on that putout. Ethan Grimm plays 2 tonight. Nate Radwanski over at 1. The senior Travis Jenkins behind the plate. And the aforementioned Bryce Detweiler on the mound. The right fielder, senior Aiden Lopez, will step in. First pitch inside. Lopez through 11 games, a .320 average. And quickly 2-0. This off speed is in there for a strike. Detweiler, the Yukon commit. Here's the pitch. Fastball up high. It'll take the count 3-1. As you can imagine, not wasting too much time on the mound tonight. The pitch. Here's a grounder to second. Grimm has it. Few steps, he'll fire it over to Radwanski at 1. And that'll take care of the Mules here in the bottom of the first. We've played 1 full. It's 4-0 Mustangs. We'll be right back. It's the Mule Sports Network.
Mortgage America is Berks County's premier local mortgage lender. Why choose Mortgage America? They're a fully licensed regional mortgage banker, not just a broker. They service their own loans and offer a full menu of mortgage programs. Their turnaround times and service are unmatched in the industry, big enough to provide the best rates, yet small enough to provide personal service. Local loans for local homes. Contact Chris 9 at Mortgage America today at 610-376-1755.
We are back at Muhlenberg. The Mules going down 1-2-3 there in the bottom of the first. And as the Mustangs approach the top of the second, they will go to the top of the order. It's going to be Bryce Detweiler, then Branson Adams and Travis Jenkins. Detweiler walked his first time up, stole second, took third on the throw. Came home on a sacrifice fly by Branson Adams. Cole Moody returns to the mound. Cooper Burr was in the on-deck circle at the bottom of the first, so just waiting for him. He's ready to go, and Moody will start his warm-up pitches. The wind continues to be brisk. Talked about the fans here. A good amount for a challenging game for fans and players alike. So Detweiler will lead it off for the Mustangs. Cole Moody facing 9 batters in the first. And here's the first pitch to Detweiler. Fouled down the third base side. 0-1. And the pitch. Off speed, little down low off the plate. Even the count at 1.
Good Easter, Jerry.
This will be down low. 2-1 your count. Here's the pitch. I think he fouled it off. Looks like it could have caught Cooper Burr. He's walking it off a little bit. 2-2 the count. Cole Moody's windup. Here's a grounder, foul outside of the third base bag. And the count will stay at 2-2. We're in the top of the second. It's 4-0 Governor Mifflin. Moody looks into Burr for the sign. He's got it. Here's the pitch. Here's a shot. It's going to go off the second baseman's glove. Caleb Mendoza into right field. They'll fire it in. It's going to go over the head of Eli Keller. And taking third is Detweiler. So depending on how you score it, we could give the double as it was off of Mendoza's glove. It was a shot, and with the wind pushing left to right, it would have made it even more difficult. However, the error will come on the right fielder, throwing it wild to 2, allowing Detweiler to take the extra base. So here's a shot by Adams. It's going to go over the head of Lopez this time. And Branson Adams is in it too with a double. Bryce Detweiler will score. And it's 5-0 Mustangs.
Catcher number 27, Travis Jenkins.
Adams got all of that one, sending it over Lopez's head. Cooper Burr will go out to talk to his pitcher. So Bryce Detweiler scores for the second straight inning. It'll bring up the catcher, Travis Jenkins. The lefty got on base by catcher's interference and scored his first time up. Here's Moody's pitch. This one fouled back. 0-1 your count. Moody has the sign, takes a look back at 2. Here's the pitch. This one well outside. It'll even the count at 1. Moody a long stare, steps off. Jenkins back in the box. Moody with the pitch. This one down low. It's actually going to get by Cooper Burr. So the wild pitch allows Branson to go to 3. Excuse me, Branson Adams. And the count goes to 2-1 to Travis Jenkins. None out here in the top of the second. It's 5-0 Governor Mifflin. Jenkins tires of waiting, steps out. May have got something in his eye as he's trying to clear it. Here's Moody's pitch. This one will get by Burr as well, however, not enough for Adams to score, but it will take the count to 3-1. Here's the pitch. This is up high. It's ball 4. And Jenkins draws the walk. Coach Kopetsky will come out to talk to his pitcher. Governor Mifflin will have runners at the corners. 1 across, still none out. He'll make the change right now. Cole Moody will get credit for 1 inning. He'll be responsible for the runners on base. And they're going to bring in Ryan Rosenberry to stem the tide. In 4 appearances, Rosenberry 1-0. A 1.68 ERA over 8 1/3 innings. He's given up 5 hits, 2 runs both earned, 3 walks, and an impressive 13 Ks. Opponents thus far only hitting 167 against him. So he continues to take his warm-up pitches. Ethan Grimm will step in once Rosenberry is ready.
Now pitching for Muhlenberg, number 12, Ryan Rosenberry. And once again up the bat for the Mustangs, second baseman, number 10, Ethan Grimm.
Grimm got on base, scored his first time up. Five nothing your score. We're in the top of the second inning. 1 run across. Runners at first and third, still none out. Rosenberry will take a glance over at one. Here's his first offering. On the outside corner. Strike 1 to the second baseman, Grimm. Rosenberry will step off the mound. Couldn't get on the same page with Burr, so Burr will head on out and they'll talk. A little more of a discussion out on the mound. The umpire will go out to bring Burr back. Rosenberry with the sign. Here's the pitch. The stolen base will go to Jenkins. The pitch in there for a strike. 0-2 to Grimm. Adams on 3, Jenkins on 2. The count 0-2 to Grimm. Rosenberry's windup. This one down low. 1-2 your count. And the pitch. A grounder, it's Lincoln High who's able to pull it down. It was a high bounce almost over his head, but he gets leather on it, able to knock it down. Can't make the play at one, so Ethan Grimm will have an infield single. The Mustangs with the bases loaded. In will step the 5-hitter, third baseman Matt Kohler. A single, 2 RBI his first time up. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. Overcast skies here in Laureldale. A frost warning for the evening, so if you've got your plants out, bring them in. Here's the pitch. This curveball inside. It'll get by Burr, but not far enough for anyone to advance. 1-1 your count. 5-0 Mustangs, and they're knocking on the door for more. Rosenberry at the belt. Here's the pitch. This one fouled off to the right side. Takes the count to 1-2. The wind not as stiff as it was when we started, but still considerable. Rosenberry has the sign. Here's the pitch. They're going to say, well, I'm going to guess he called it a check swing, so take it to 2-2. Oh, no pitch?
Scoreboard sticks. When it's cold out, it just takes a while for it to move.
Here is a pitch, and it's a called third strike. So Matt Kohler goes down looking for the first out.
Fielder number 7, Dylan Barrett.
And will step the left fielder, Dylan Barrett.
Due to the cold weather, there is some technical difficulty with the scoreboard.
He grounded out to shortstop his first time up.
I don't know, John, but they should know.
Rosenberry asks Spur to go through the signs again. He's got it. And his windup. Off speed in there for a strike. 0-1 to Barrett. Rosenberry looking to get out of a bases loaded jam here in the top of the second. Here's the pitch. This one up high. It'll even the count at 1. Branson Adams will be on 3. Travis Jenkins on 2. Ethan Grimm takes a lead at 1. Here's the pitch. Curveball will hit the outside corner. Take it to 1-2. One out here in the top of the second. One across. And here's the pitch. Fastball, it's a shot over the head of Keller at short. 1 run is in. Here comes the second. So Barrett will get the single. He'll pick up 2 RBI. Ethan Grimm will get to 2. Adams and Jenkins will score. And Governor Mifflin has plated 3 here in the top of the second. And it's 7-0. It'll bring up the designated hitter, Cam Zarowski. Cam got an RBI his first time up. First pitch a ball. Here's a throw back to 2. Tried to get Grimm, but the ball doesn't go too very far. No runners advance. Rosenberry's pitch. This one a grounder up the middle. Keller has it, he'll step on 2, fire over to first for the double play. Nice job there, Eli Keller. Will go 6 unassisted to take out Barrett. And 6-3 to get Zarowski. So nice double play there, but not before The Mustangs played 3 more. It's 7-0. We've played 1.5. We'll be right back. It's the Mule Sports Network.
You know, a lot of people say when you're going somewhere, you don't want to look back. But I beg to differ. For her to see her father celebrate his graduation, it's the best feeling in the world. I can't lie and say it was easy. But sometimes you just have to stop everything and take it in. I looked at everything in a different light. And I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
We are back at Laureldale. Sometimes producer CZ has to tap me on the shoulder because sometimes I can tell, sometimes I can't. So we go to the bottom of the second. The 4, 5, 6 hitters for Muhlenberg. It'll be the junior, Cooper Burr. In fact, all juniors, Cooper Burr, Cole Moody, and Gavin Moody. Well, actually, we'll see who they hit for Cole Moody.
Leading off the bottom of the second for the Mules, the catcher number 24, Cooper Burr.
Bryce Detweiler setting the Mules down 1-2-3 in the first. First pitch in there for a called strike. Cooper Burr on the year hitting .346. Here's a check swing. It'll go right back to Detweiler. He'll take care of the 1-3 putout.
The pitcher, number 12, Ryan Rosenberg.
It'll be the first out here in the Mules' second. Ryan Rosenberry will be the batter. Here's a pop-up in the infield. It'll drift to foul play. Under it, the first baseman, Nate Radwanski. He'll squeeze it for the second out of the inning.
Center fielder number 2, Gavin Moody.
Only the second plate appearance for Rosenberry on the year. Gavin Moody will step in. He's got a double, 2 RBI, looking to improve on a 115 average. First pitch to him's a strike. Here's the pitch. Here's a humpback liner. It's going to fall into short center for a base hit. And Gavin Moody will be a 2-out base runner. It'll bring up the 7 hitter for the Mules, the third baseman, senior Lincoln High. Lincoln High hitting .300 on the season. It's got a double, 5 RBI. Here's the pitch. This one fouled off to the right side. Looks like it'll go out of play, and it does. The Mules doing a good job of putting bat on ball, just trying to find some open spots, just like Gavin Moody. Here's the pitch. Here's a shot to center. Literally not having to move is Reese Hole. And he'll squeeze it for the third out of the inning. So that sets the Mules down here in the second. We've played 2 full. 7-0 Mustangs. We'll be right back. It's the Mule Sports Network.
The new Birdie's Inn is Exeter's family spot with great food and beverages and activities for all ages. There's a full selection of beverages to go with your meal or while you watch a game on one of the 35 TVs. For the kids, there's a family game area, as well as darts and a pool table. You can eat in the indoor dining room or out on the spacious heated deck. The new Birdie's Inn at 160 Old Friedensburg Road at 5 Points in Exeter. Proud sponsors of Berks County High School athletics.
At Birdie's Inn we meet again.
Ryan Rosenberry back on the mound for his second inning of work. He came on in the second to spell Cole Moody, who pitched an inning tonight. He'll get credited as I take a look here. I'll say 6 runs. Possibly all 7 now that I think about it, but I'll let the official scorer take care of that one. So we go to the top of the third. It's going to be the 8-hitter for the Mustangs. It's the first baseman, Nate Redwanski. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Rosenberry taking a look at Burr. He's got the sign. Here's the pitch. This on the outside corner with a curveball, strike 1. The pitch. Off speed on the inside corner. Redwanski quickly in the hole, 0-2. The wind picking up again. Here's the pitch. Burr thought it was strike 3. Umpire didn't give it to him. It's 1-2. Producer Chris showing me the center field shot bouncing around a little bit. Rosenberry's pitch. Here's a grounder to third. Lincoln High backs up on it. He has it, fires it over to 1 in time. Nice play there, Lincoln High. It'll be the first out of the third inning for the Mustangs. It'll take it to the 9-hitter. The shortstop, Aiden Ryder. The first pitch to him, off speed. Rosenberry has the curveball working. It's 0-1. And the pitch. This, I'll be honest, it missed him. I'm not exactly sure how, because I wouldn't have wanted to fit in between that ball and Ryder's jersey. But it's 1-1. The windup. This one outside. It's 2-1. Bryce Detweiler on deck for the Mustangs. Rosenberry has the sign, and here's the windup. Here's a grounder. Slow. Eli Keller charges, fires it over to 1. Nice play there. 6-3 on the putout for the second out of the inning. And it'll bring up the top of the order, Bryce Detweiler. Detweiler officially 1 for 1 with a double. Walked in the first, he's scored 2 runs. Rosenberry's first offering. They're going to say he didn't swing, so ball 1. Rosenberry looking to set the Mustangs down 1-2-3 here in the third. Here's the pitch. This one fouled just softly behind the plate. 1-1 your count. Detweiler confirming the count with the umpire. Rosenberry has the sign from Burr. He's at the belt. Off speed, just off the plate. Looked like Burr and Rosenberry wanted that one. Rosenberry takes a few steps off the mound. Burr goes out just to, I'll say, refocus him. That might be the best way to say it. Detweiler back in the box. And here's Rosenberry's pitch. This one off the corner. It's 3-1. Obviously being careful as to what you give Detweiler. Double-digit homers a year ago. Here's the pitch. This in there for a called strike, and this time Detweiler didn't think it was. So it's a game of cat and mouse, apparently, between the umpire, the pitcher, and the batter. Here's the pitch. This one just off the corner. Detweiler's second walk of the game.
Right fielder, number 24, Branson Adams.
So 2 outs here in the top of the third. Detweiler, the runner on first. It'll bring up the right fielder, Branson Adams. 1 for 2. A double and an RBI his last time up. That was his second RBI. Flew out to center field, getting another RBI in the first. Here's the pitch. There goes Detweiler. Had a huge lead. He'll slide in there with his second stolen base of the game. First pitch, a ball to Adams. Rosenberry will glance back at 2. And the stretch. Here's a grounder to third. Lincoln High steps back on it. By the time he gets it over to 1, it's beaten out. So Branson Adams will get the infield single. Detweiler will take 3 on the throw. And the Mustangs have runners at the corners with 2 outs. It'll bring up the third hitter, the catcher Travis Jenkins. He's been on base twice and scored both times. Rosenberry will throw over to 1. Adams will get back. Rosenberry will check him at 1 again. 7-0 your score. We're in the top of the third. Cooper Burr will head out and have a chat with Rosenberry. A stiff wind persisting here in Laureldale. Here's the pitch. This a called strike. Adams will get the stolen base. So 0-1 the count. He's at the belt and the pitch. Off speed will catch the inside corner. It'll be 0-2. Jenkins didn't appear to be too happy with the call, but he's in the hole, 0-2. Rosenberry at the belt, working a little quicker. Here's a grounder through the hole on the right side. 1 run is in. Here comes the second. Jenkins continued to run. Lopez threw it by the cutoff. So Jenkins will get 2 RBI. He'll get a credit for a single. Takes second on the throw. Detweiler and Adams score. And it's 9-0 Mustangs. So Jenkins, the 2-out single to continue the inning for the Mustangs. Stepping in will be the second baseman, Ethan Grimm. First pitch is a strike. 0-1. Grimm 2 for 2 on the night. 2 singles. Here's the pitch. Here's a pop-up on the right side. Heading over, it's going to fall in play. Throwing it to second. So give him a double. It was a pop fly, short right field. As Mendoza was going over, he looked up thinking that maybe Aiden Lopez would be taking it. But the ball falls in play. And give him the double and an RBI. Travis Jenkins coming around to score. The third baseman, Matt Kohler, will step in. He had a single garnering 2 RBI in the first. Struck out looking in the second. Fouls off the first pitch here. It's 0-1. 3 across with 2 outs for the Mustangs here in the top of the third. Ethan Grimm stands on 2. Here's the pitch. Here's a fastball. It's a 1-hopper to Lincoln High. He has it. Fires it over to 1. And that'll be the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the Mustangs put up 3 more. We've played 2.5. It's 10-0 Governor Mifflin. We'll be right back. It's the Mule Sports Network.
Mortgage America is Berks County's premier local mortgage lender. Why choose Mortgage America? They're a fully licensed regional mortgage banker, not just a broker. They service their own loans and offer a full menu of mortgage programs. Their turnaround times and service are unmatched in the industry, big enough to provide the best rates, yet small enough to provide personal service. Local loans for local homes. Contact Chris 9 at Mortgage America today at 610-376-1755.
The first 3 batters for the Mustangs doing the majority of the damage thus far. Between Detweiler, Adams, and Jenkins, they've scored 9 of the 10 runs. So we go to the Mule third. It's going to be the 8-9-1 hitters. It'll start off with the first baseman, Ethan Weiler. It'll go to the designated hitter, Mike Canfield, and in the top of the order, the left fielder, Marvin Frias.
Leading off the inning for Muhlenberg, first baseman number 14.
Ethan Weiler hitting .375 on the year. He's got 2 doubles. First pitch to him is a ball. The next offering down low, it's 2-0. As mentioned, Detweiler getting the sign. He and Jenkins have worked together for a few years now. They're on the same page, and it's a swing and a miss. Taking the count to 2-1. This in there for a called strike. It'll even the count at 2. And the pitch. He'll swing and miss. Jenkins will pick it up, fire it to 1 for the putout.
Designated hitter number 10, Mike Canfield.
It'll be the first out of the inning. It'll bring up the 9 hitter, the freshman, Mike Canfield. He's the DH this evening. Here's a pop-up in the infield to the right side. Detweiler takes it by himself right at the cutout. So that's the second out of the inning.
Left fielder number 6, Marvin Frias.
Usually there's a hierarchy that if it's hit to the right side, the first baseman will take that one. But I guess when you have Bryce Detweiler on the mound, you let him make the over-the-shoulder basket catch. And it's 2 outs. Take it to the top of the order, Marvin Frias. Popped out to left field his first time up in the first inning. Here's a grounder foul to the right side, 0-1. Here's the pitch. Frias bunts. Takes it foul to the left side. He's quickly in the hole, 0-2. And the pitch. Detweiler wanted that one on the inside corner, didn't get it. Danced off the mound as if it was strike 3, but the only problem was the umpire didn't give it to him. So here's an off-speed inside. It's going to hit Frias, and he'll take first base. So Frias, a 2-out base runner for the Mules here in the bottom of the third. In will step the shortstop, Eli Keller. He grounded out to short his first time up. Keller making the nice double play earlier in the game. Here's the pitch. This one fouled off to the right side. 0-1. Keller 2 doubles, 3 RBI. Looking to improve on a 207 average. This one fouled off to the right side and out of play. 0-2 the count. Taking a look at Detweiler's pitch count, only one player, one batter thus far has gotten to a 3-ball count. Here's an attempted steal from Frias, and they're going to say he's out. Certainly looked like Frias was in there. Umpire calls him out. Frias caught stealing. And that is the third out of the inning. So we've played 3 full. It's the Mustangs 10, The Mules nothing. We'll be back with more action after this. It's the Mule Sports Network. We are back at Laureldale. Give Travis Jenkins credit. He got the ball down there to make it close. From our angle, looked like Frias was in there with the head first slide. Umpire saw it differently, and out number 3 for the Mules in the bottom of the third. Coach Kopetsky had a discussion with the home plate umpire, and it certainly looked like the home plate umpire said that's his call. So for Governor Mifflin, as we go to the Mustang fourth, it's going to be the left fielder Dylan Barrett. He's 1 for 2. Had a 2 RBI single his last time up. Strike 1 to him. Rosenberry's pitch. Burr tried to frame it, a little low. It'll even the count at 1. Rosenberry in for his 3rd inning of work. He spelled Cole Moody. And the pitch. Off speed inside, it's 2-1. 10-0 Mustangs. We're in the top of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Fouled off to the left side. It'll even the count at 2. Barrett steps out for a little bit, back in the box. Rosenberry has the sign from Burr. Here's the windup. Swing, fouled off just at home plate. It'll keep the count at 2. The DH Cam Zarowski on deck. Here's Rosenberry's pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Rosenberry with his 2nd K of the game. Zarowski in 0 for 2 with an RBI. Here's the pitch. This one up high, ball 1. Here's the pitch. Here's a grounder to second. Mendoza has it. Fires it over to 1 for the out. 4-3 on the putout. It's the 2nd out of the inning. In the Mustang 4th, it'll bring up the 8-hitter, the first baseman Nate Redwanski. Was hit by a pitch in the 1st. Grounded out to 3rd. In the 3rd. Rosenberry with the pitch. Off the outside corner, ball 1. And the pitch. It's in there for a called strike. Rosenberry looking to get out of the fourth with 2 outs. In the third with 2 outs, the Mustangs plated 3. Here's a swing and a miss. 1-2 your count. Rosenberry has the sign. Here's the windup. This one fouled at the plate. Actually, it's a fair ball. And he's able to run it out. Couldn't quite tell if the home plate umpire was going to call a foul ball or not. Said it's fair. By the time the play made it 1, he's able to beat it out. So give him the infield single. It'll bring up the 9-hitter, the shortstop Aiden Ryder. Grounded out to short his last time up. Two outs. We're in the top of the fourth. The Mustangs with a 10-0 lead. Rosenberry asking for a new ball. Rosenberry takes a glance at one, and here's the pitch. Tries to get the inside corner. A little bit too inside. It's ball 1. On deck, the ever-dangerous Bryce Detweiler. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a miss. It's going to allow Radwanski to take second on the pass ball. 1-1 your count. Rosenberry will glance back at 2. And here's the pitch. Well off the corner. It's 2-1. And the pitch. This one in there for a called strike. It'll even the count at 2 to the shortstop Ryder. Here's the pitch. Here's a grounder to the right side. Mendoza tries to get it. Can't field it cleanly. So Ryder will get on. We'll call it an infield single. It'll move Radwanski over to 3. So first and third with 2 outs. And Bryce Detweiler will step in. He's got a double and 2 walks. He scored 3 runs. Here's the pitch. This one a high strike. 0-1. Here's the pitch. There's a grounder to the left side. Lincoln Eye has it. He'll throw over to 2 to Mendoza. And that'll retire the side. So 5-4 on that put out for the third out. And that will take care of the Mustangs here in the top of the fourth. We've played 3.5. It's 10-0. Governor Mifflin will be right back. It's the Mule Sports Network. We move to the Mule fourth. Bryce Detweiler back on the mound. Through 3 innings, only 1 over the minimum. That was due to a Gavin Moody single back in the second. 3 up, 3 down in the first and third innings. So for the Mules here in the fourth, it'll be the 2, 3, 4 hitters. The shortstop, Eli Keller, will lead it off. Grounded out to short his first time up. Nighttime has fallen here in Laureldale. Under the lights. And here's Detweiler's pitch. It's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. He'll charge it. And Kohler will get it over to 1 for the first out. 5-3 are put out. That'll bring up the right fielder, Aiden Lopez. Grounded out to second his first time up.
22, Aiden Lopez.
Mules looking to get something started here off of Bryce Detweiler. They knew it was going to be a tough task when they found out he was going to take the mound. And the pitch. This in for a strike on Lopez. It's 0-1. Detweiler pitching like he's got a reality show coming up, and he's got to get home to film. Here's the pitch. This one fouled off to the right side. 1-2 your count. Here's the pitch. This in there for a called third strike. Lopez goes down looking for the second out in the Mule fourth. It'll bring up Cooper Burr. Catcher grounded out back to the pitcher. His first time up. There's the pitch. Outside. Ball 1. Looked like Bryce Detweiler was getting into Cooper Burr's walk-up music. This one outside. 2-0. Here's a shot back up the middle. It's going to go over the head of the second baseman, Grimm, and fall into center for the second hit of the game for the Mules. So Cooper Burr is a 2-out base runner. And we'll take a look. They're going to have a pinch hitter come in here for Ryan Rosenberry. It's going to be the sophomore Liam Vargas. Javian Cruz will be the, as I call it, the pinch runner. Apparently, courtesy runner is the proper name. But I'm old school, so he's a pinch runner. Liam Vargas, this is his 8th plate appearance of the year. He's got 2 RBIs. Waiting for the umpire to take care of his lineup card. Detweiler ready. Here's the pitch. This inside, it's going to get by the catcher. It will allow Javian Cruz to head down to 2. So Javian Cruz now on 2. Pitch in there is a ball. It's going to be 2-0 your count. And the pitch. This one in there for a strike. Detweiler's offering. This in there for a called strike. It'll even the count at 2 to the sophomore Liam Vargas. And the pitch. Here's a curveball. He tried to check his swing. They're going to say he did. A big bender there from Detweiler, and Vargas able to hold back. Takes the count full for only the first time in the game for Detweiler. Here's the pitch. This a called third strike. And that will take care of the Mules here in the 4th. Detweiler gets 2 strikeouts there in the 4th. Setting him down, we move to the 5th. It's 10-0 Mustangs. We'll be back. It's the Mule Sports Network.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Yeah, welcome. Hi.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Dad, are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
The Mules take the field here in the top of the 5th with a new pitcher. It's going to be Anthony Hatt, the junior. Only 1 appearance thus far. In a third of an inning, he's given up a hit, a run that was earned, and a walk. Only facing 3 batters. So he'll come on in the top of the 5th. Taking a look at second base, Liam Vargas comes into play there. For the Mustangs, it'll be the 2, 3, 4 hitters. It'll be the right fielder, Branson Adams. The catcher, Travis Jenkins. The second baseman, Ethan Grimm. Hatt, the lefty, finishing up his warm-ups. He's ready to go. Cooper Burr will head out and have a discussion with him. The lefty hitting Adams will walk up.
Leading off the top of the 5th for the Mustangs, right fielder number 24.
Adams 2 for 3. A single, a double. 2 RBI, 2 runs scored. He's part of the top of the order cog for the Mustangs. And he'll step in to lead off the 5th. Hatt's first pitch, off speed. It's outside, ball 1. Hatt with the sign from Burr. Here's the windup. There's a grounder to second. Vargas has it. He'll throw it over to one. Nice play for the 4-3 put out. Always interesting how the defensive replacement oftentimes will get that first attempt. Vargas handles it cleanly. First out for the Mustangs here in the top of the fifth. And Governor Mifflin sending up junior Nick Montgomery as the third batter. He awaits Hat's first pitch. In there for a called strike. 0-1. Hat has the sign from Burr and the windup. Off speed, it's going to be a grounder to Keller. He's got it in a few steps, fires it over to Weiler at one. 6-3 on the putout for the second out of the inning. And in will step senior Billy Angstadt. He'll hit for Ethan Grimm. First pitch from Hat. Swing and a miss. It's actually a foul tip that Burr holds on to. It's 0-1. Hat's windup. Here's the offering. It's a grounder to short. Keller has it. He'll fire with that strong right arm. That is an absolute cannon. And he'll make the third out, getting it over to Weiler. And that'll take care of the Mustangs here in the top of the fifth. We'll go to the bottom half. It's 10-0 Mustangs. We'll be right back. It's the Mule Sports Network.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/act now.
We are back at Muhlenberg. Bryce Detweiler takes the mound here in the fifth. He's only given up 2 hits on the day. A single to Cooper Burr in the fourth, and a single to Gavin Moody in the second. The only other player to reach base was Marvin Frias in the third. He was hit by a pitch. Ultimately caught stealing for the final out in that third inning. So Detweiler will face the 6, 7, 8 hitters for Muhlenberg. It'll be the aforementioned center fielder Gavin Moody. He's singled in the second.
Number 2, Gavin Moody.
Governor Mifflin's coach moving some players around before the first pitch to Moody takes place. So a few defensive changes there for the Mustangs. And Gavin Moody steps in. First pitch in there for a strike. Here's the pitch. Well outside.
The other mistake they made, they used to own this with, when they would pull up, you'd take 5 of them and pull those off.
This one inside. It's 2-1. Detweiler pitching like someone who wants to close this one out. And here's the pitch. Here's a shot to left. It is a fair ball. Gavin Moody has his second hit of the night. And it's a two-bagger to get the Mule fifth started. I'll tell you, that was close. Governor Mifflin players, the third baseman, Matt Kohler, trying to convince the umpire that it was foul. But the home plate umpire put it in play. And Gavin Moody stands on 2. So here is Lincoln High, the third baseman. Popped out to center his last time up. Detweiler calls his catcher out.
Forgot to calculate the 25-mile-an-hour continuous wind coming from the west.
He'll glance back at 2. Here's the pitch. Up high. Ball 1. Detweiler still bringing it. He's got the sign and the pitch. It's a fastball fouled off to the right side. It'll even the count at 1.
Their next game is the 23rd, which will be when? Monday?
Detweiler has the sign. He'll glance back at Moody at 2. Here's the pitch. Well outside. 2-1. We're in the bottom of the 5th here at Muhlenberg. It's 10-0 Mustangs. Muhlenberg looking to get a run. Here's a grounder to second. Lincoln High will move Moody over to third after the 4-3 putout. Stepping in will be a senior Luke Hefner. He'll bat for Ethan Weiler. Governor Mifflin with a coach visit. They'll gather on the mound. Luke Hefner, the senior, only 4 plate appearances on the year. The lefty will step in with 1 out and a man on third. First pitch of ball.
It's a vest with no sleeves, puffy, but it's padded. There's battery there. It's a golf thing, actually.
The windup, swing and a miss. It'll even the count at 1.
You need to get the jacket. Remember the old jackets where you could zip the sleeves off and it's a vest, or you could zip them back up.
And the pitch. This will hit the outside corner. It's 1-2.
I think those things should come back.
He's got a red logo on it. He thought he was Michael Jackson back in the 80s. What do we got here? Is it 0-2?
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out for the second out of the inning. It'll bring up Javian Cruz.
Number 5, Javian Cruz.
The senior with only 1 plate appearance thus far. First pitch to him is a strike. This one up high. It'll even the count at 1.
You get any mash
Detweiler trying to close out the Mules here in the 5th. This one inside, it's 2-1. Detweiler gave that one a look, thought he might get the call. He's got the sign, the windup. This one down low. 3-1 your count. Here's the pitch. Just a flat-out fastball, which I'm pretty sure is all we're going to see out of Detweiler right here. Looking to close this one out. It's a full count. It's a fastball. It's inside. And Cruz draws a walk, the first one issued by Detweiler on the evening. So we'll go to the top of the lineup and the sophomore Aiden Bonte. He'll step in. First pitch, a fastball for a strike. Bonte's second plate appearance. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball, that in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2. First and third for the Mules here in the bottom of the 5th. Detweiler looking to close it out. It's a fastball, actually off speed on the outside corner. Caught looking at strike 3, and that'll do it for this evening. So Governor Mifflin making quick work of the Mules in 5 innings, 10-0. We'll be back with some post-game comments after these messages. You're watching the Mule Sports Network on Jerry Gelliff Media. We are back in Laureldale. Your final after 5 innings. Governor Mifflin 10, Muhlenberg 0. The story tonight, you could say Bryce Detweiler, of course, on the mound. He'll go 5 full. He'll only give up 2 hits. Actually, as I count, 3 hits. He'll strike out 3. 1, 2, actually 4 because of 2 there in that 5th inning. But in control the entire way, took care of the side in order. In the first, in the third innings, only faced 4 batters in the second and the fourth. Only facing 5 batters there in the 5th. And, of course, on the offensive side, he gets things started off with a walk in the beginning of the game. Steals a base, takes third on the throw, comes home on a sacrifice fly by Branson Adams. And the route was on. The Mustangs would plate 4 before the inning is over. They would put 3 on the board in the second, 3 in the third, accounting for all of their runs. And taking a look as far as who scored them, Bryce Detweiler 3 times, on base 3 times. The 2-hitter, a right fielder, Branson Adams, he was 2 for 3, 2 RBI. And the 3rd hitter, the catcher, Travis Jenkins, officially 1 for 1, 1 for 2 that is. Had a single, 2 RBI, a stolen base, scored 3 runs. So 1, 2, 3, as we mentioned during the telecast, they account for 8 of the 10 runs. Ethan Grimm scoring 1, and Matt Kohler scoring the other. He getting a 2 RBI single in the first. So Governor Mifflin taking care of Muhlenberg pretty much in the first 3 innings. Governor Mifflin getting to Cole Moody early. Ryan Rosenberry comes on to pitch 3 innings. He came on with none out in the second. And ultimately, they close it out after 5 innings, and it is a 10-0 Mustang final. Join us Thursday evening, that would be tomorrow night, on the Jerry Gelliff Media stable of networks as softball takes center stage. We move to Exeter.
Baseball.
Is it baseball? I've got softball.
Baseball.
All right, I'm being told baseball, but I think it's softball.
It's baseball. I talked to Jerry.
All right, I don't know. Well, you know what? Join us on the Exeter Sports Network. You are going to have varsity coverage of the Exeter Eagles if you are so inclined to tune in. Tomorrow night, that will be a 4 o'clock start. And let's see, baseball coverage next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as your Muhlenberg Mules and the Exeter Eagles are in action. All of that on the Jerry Gelliff Media stable of networks, the only outlet bringing you varsity sports like no other here in Berks. Well, I think we basically said everything we can. CZ, that's a wrap. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for the folks here at Muhlenberg. Thank you for our PA announcer tonight, and I'm going to give him a nod. Tim Patopa. Thank you. There you go. I even had it written here. Our PA announcer, appreciate his efforts. Again, thanks for everybody here at Muhlenberg. Today's final, Governor Mifflin 10, Muhlenberg nothing. Governor Mifflin improving to 7-0 in Berks 1. Muhlenberg falling to 2-6. For producer Chris Zeiner, I'm Darren Zeiner. Thanks for joining us on the Mule Sports Network. Have a great evening. God bless.
Thank you for joining us for exciting Muhlenberg Mules baseball on the Mule Sports Network. The game has been brought to you by the New Birdies Inn, 160 Old Friedensburg Road in Exeter, and Mortgage America, the mortgage company of record in Berks County. Be sure to join us all season long on the Mule Sports Network for Muhlenberg baseball and softball. This has been a presentation of Jerry Gelliff Media. Good night.